Today we're going to look at a pair of premium brand ultra compacts, the Joolz Aer2 and the Ergobaby Metro3, going over the advantages and disadvantages of each in turn with relation to child comfort, ease of use, longevity, and driving characteristics, before ending with a discussion of which might make the better purchase. And beginning with the Aer2, the model clocks in at 6.7 kilos and folds down to 53 by 44 by 23.5 centimeters. It can carry 22 kilos in the seat and 8 in the underslung shopping basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Aer2 has both a nicely upright position as well as a newborn acceptable near flat recline, though shifting between these positions does involve both a long zipper as well as the need to unhook a strap. With regards to seat size, the Aer2 seat has a width of 37 centimeters, a length for the sitting surface of 89, determined by adding up the lengths of the backboard, baseboard, and leg rest, and a total longer length of 107 when considering space beneath the canopy and the distance to the front frame mounted footrest. As far as other aspects of the seat go, the textiles are decently premium feeling, the harness is 5-point, with no rethread shoulder straps, shoulder pads set up in such a way as to hold the harness out from the seat back, and with a pair of straps below the seat for more easily tightening the shoulder or side straps. The canopy is extendable and gives good sun coverage, and there's ventilation built both into the canopy as well as the seat back when reclined, though I'd note here that there's no flap to cover the mesh panels, which means that when the canopy is extended, a little light can still get in. On top of this, I'd also note that the plastic backboard is visible just by lifting the liner, which makes the seat feel a little unfinished in my opinion. For the newborn period, in addition to having a newborn acceptable recline, the Aer2 is compatible with a variety of car seat brands and also has a bassinet available with the unique feature of flattening and remaining attached to the stroller when folded so that you can carry the whole thing as a single piece slung from your shoulder. When it comes to parent comfort, the Aer2's handle stands at a fixed height of 107 centimeters, while the shopping basket is decently sized and easy to access in the way it extends off the rear frame. The model has a simple, handle-operated, one-handed fold, self-stands when folded, and has folded dimensions that are within the IATA's guidelines for cabin luggage, while a stretchy shoulder strap makes the model comfortable to carry for longer periods, such as when negotiating crowded public transport. As far as how the Aer2 feels to use, it has a sturdy, rigid feel with solid connection points, a lot of cross support, and tightly fitted components that make the chassis feel better manufactured than with many other brands. Looking at driving, the Aer2 has decent-sized wheels, 5.7 inches in the front and 6.1 in the back, as well as quite noticeable suspension, and while all ultra compacts are primarily made for smoother environments, it can better handle stuff like broken sidewalks, gravel, and lighter cobblestones without feeling as jittery as with many competing models. Moving on, the Metro3 weighs in at a heavier 8 kilos and folds down to a slightly taller 56 by 44 by 23 centimeters. It can take the same 22 kilos in the seat, but at 10 kilos, a little more in the underslung shopping basket. When it comes to child comfort, the Metro seat is also adjustable between a newborn acceptable near flat recline and a similarly upright position. The pull strap used for adjusting between these positions is less fiddly than the Air setup, though I would note that it does take some finger strength to pull the strap all the way up. Size-wise, the Metro seat is narrower than the Air's at 30 centimeters, but the sitting surface is longer at 94, both as a result of a slightly deeper baseboard, 24 versus 21 centimeters, as well as a longer leg rest, 19 versus 15. In addition, the Metro is also longer in terms of its total length, at 122, mostly as a result of more distance to the footrest, since the Metro seat is positioned higher, at 47 centimeters off the ground versus 43 with the Air. As far as other aspects of the seat are concerned, the Metro also has premium-feeling textiles, while the harness is 3-point and a bit more minimalistic, but also easy to use, and similarly has no rethread shoulder straps. The Metro's canopy doesn't extend quite as deep as the Air's, though still provides good sun coverage, while the ventilation setup is arguably better, with mesh panels both in the canopy and the seat back that are coverable by magnetic flaps, and where the seat back panel is significantly larger. For the newborn period, a newborn apron is zipped into the leg rest to make the flat recline a little more nest-like, and there are also car seat adapters available that are compatible with the same variety of brands, though so far, there's no additional bassinet option. Looking at parent comfort, the Metro's handle is adjustable between two positions, 103 and 109 centimeters, while the shopping basket is similarly sized, but a little harder to access. When it comes to folding, the Metro 3 folds down even easier than the Air 2 via its auto-folding system, though unfolding takes more force, with the chassis getting hung up at the arm joints and making a loud cracking sound as it's pulled fully open, which makes the system feel more fragile than the Air's in my opinion. When folded, the Metro self-stands, has dimensions that are also within the IATA's guidelines, and, though the model lacks a shoulder strap, there is a carry handle sewn into the seat. As far as how the Metro feels to use, the model has a similarly solid and dependable feel, with thick bars and good cross support, but the hinged handle makes for an additional area likely to loosen over time, and the double locking points also make the model more internally complex. Driving-wise, the Metro has slightly smaller front wheels in the Air, 5.5 inches, and larger back wheels, 6.7, but suspension is virtually unnoticeable, making the Metro feel a lot more jittery over uneven terrain. On top of this, the rear frame is a little narrower, which can make the model feel tippy sometimes with sharper turns, and the front wheels are looser vertically, which can make them a little noisy with uneven pavement. So which one of these should you get then? Both are good models, more durable than a lot of the rest of the market, and with larger than average size seats as well. Price aside, the Air 2 is a bit better in my opinion, with its lighter weight, a more streamlined and premium feeling chassis, a more accessible shopping basket, better terrain capability, and a better newborn setup if you get the bassinet. That being said, however, it also costs nearly twice as much, and the Metro 3 still delivers a premium ultra-compact experience far beyond what you get from most other models within its own lower price class. And provided that you don't need the Air's little boost in terrain capability, the Metro 3 can definitely make for a great purchase as well, if budget's a bit tight. In any case, we hope you found this video interesting, and if you did, please subscribe, as a sort of support really helps us to continue making videos in the future. If you'd like to know more about either of these models, we have standalone reviews that go into a lot more detail, and links have been added in the description. In addition, if you're currently shopping for a stroller, we have a buyer's guide on our Patreon page which lists a wide range of models that we recommend, with a lot of technical and lifestyle related information. You can find it by following the link in the description as well. Thank you.